Does anyone in Australia actually understand what Albanese and the Labor Party is trying to sell us with the Voice? I have no idea what the Voice is trying to achieve, and Labor and Albanese attacking anyone who questions them stinks of bullying and grandstanding. My major concern is that Albanese and our local member Matt Keogh do not listen to their electorates as it is. Our voice is totally useless. Labor does, as it wants anyway, makes multiple promises it deliberately breaks, releases budgets that cripple Middle Australia, and we are meant to trust them. I would not trust the Labor Party with anything. They are as crooked and as corrupt as ScoMo and the Liberals, and would only be pushing the Voice if there is something in it for them. Labor does nothing to help people. It is a business that looks after career politicians, lazy public servants, big business and criminals. You only need to look at the Labor Party's promise to have an open and transparent corruption commission. Well, what they are delivering is definitely not an open and transparent corruption commission. All inquiries will be held in secret by a person selected by the corrupt Labor Party. Will be as useless as the Banking Royal Commission that actually allowed gross criminal activity with no penalties. So why are so many Indigenous people against the Voice? They realize it has absolutely no power, and relies on politicians in the major parties listening to what they have to say. Labor and the Liberals do not listen to anyone, this is fact. Why would enshrining a voice to Parliament make the corrupt politicians listen? It won't, it will just be another committee with non-representative people paid for by the taxpayer. Labor does not listen to their electorates now, they ignore the voice of Middle Australia repeatedly. Does anyone honestly believe that politicians will listen? Let's name a few past and present politicians: Peter Dutton, Anthony Albanese, Tony Abbott, ScoMo, the complete National Party, the list goes on and on. It is a ridiculous concept to think all of a sudden the corrupt major parties will listen to anyone except big business, or their own personal interests. The Voice will not help the traditional owners one bit. Albanese is happy to spend hundreds of millions on a referendum that will not do anything for the disgraceful plight of the nation's first people. Albanese and Labor always looking for a photo shoot or propaganda. There is nothing in the Voice that will help the nation's first people. Our corrupt politicians will ignore everything that does not suit them. There will be no legal directive to actually do more than listen. Good luck with that. Labor and Liberal do nothing for most Australians now. I am all for change, but it has to be more than a symbolic, feel-good, Labor Party thought bubble. The Voice will not pass even with the nonsense Albo keeps sprouting. So of course the woke out-of-touch Labor Party will accuse anyone who speaks against the Voice as being racist. This is their disgraceful tactic. It is the tactic of career politicians living in the Canberra bubble. I am against the Voice because it achieves nothing except more jobs for lazy public servants, career politicians and corrupt business people. The hundreds of billions spent so far to help the First Nations people has been corruptly siphoned off by the very people who want to now vote for the Voice. I would not let one public servant anywhere near the money. History shows it will be misused completely. A vote for woke Matt Keogh is a wasted vote.